Have you ever really thought about what's happening behind your walls, under your floors? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain on the secret life of your home's plumbing. And trust me, it is way more interesting than you might think.
All right, let me start with the question for you, kind of like a riddle. What on earth could the soil in your yard have to do with a toilet that just will not stop running? I know, it sounds totally random, right? But the answer? Well, it uncovers this whole hidden network of cause and effect that's at work in your home every single day. Stick with me, and we're going to connect those dots.
Okay, take a look at this list. I'm willing to bet some of these feel familiar. You know that weird gurgling sound coming from the toilet? Or the shower that seems to drain in slow motion? And what about that water bill that suddenly shoots through the roof? Look, these aren't just random, annoying things that happen. They're clues. They're actually symptoms of a much, much bigger story.
So if we really want to get to the bottom of what's going on, we need to shift our thinking a little bit. Let's stop focusing on just one single pipe or one clog and start looking at the bigger picture, your home's entire unseen network.
Here's a way to think about it. Your home's plumbing, it's not just a bunch of pipes. It's basically a delicate ecosystem. And this ecosystem is constantly being pushed and pulled by these massive forces from the outside world. I'm talking about geology, the weather, and yeah, even history. Okay, to see exactly how these forces work in the real world, we're going to zero in on a specific case study. We are heading to a place called Dickson, Tennessee. Why Dickson? Because it is the perfect example of how your specific location can literally shape your plumbing's destiny. So Dickson's geography is really unique. It's right at the spot where these two totally different landforms come together. And because of that special location, you get this very specific mix of challenges that are putting the town's plumbing to the test all day, every day. So what are we talking about here? What are these challenges? Well, in a place like Dickson, you've got three main culprits, these hidden forces that are waging a silent war on your pipes. Let's introduce them, shall we? They are earth, water, and time. First up, culprit number one, water. And we're not just talking about any water, we're talking about hard water. See, Dickson is built on a foundation of limestone, which means the groundwater is just saturated with minerals. And over time, all those minerals build up inside your pipes. It's almost like liquid rock that's slowly but surely choking off the flow. All right, next on our list is earth. The soil in and around Dickson County is packed with clay. And you can think of this clay soil as a giant, powerful sponge sitting right under your house. When it gets wet, it expands. When it dries out, it contracts and shrinks. Now imagine your pipes buried in that. This constant squeezing and releasing puts incredible stress on them, eventually causing cracks, separations, and leaks. And that brings us to our third and final culprit, time itself. A lot of the homes in this area went up during big growth spurts, back in the 60s through the 90s, and they were built with materials like galvanized steel or cast iron. The thing is, those pipes were only meant to last about 40, maybe 50 years. Well, for a whole lot of homes, that clock has run out. They're literally corroding from the inside out. It's a ticking time bomb for homeowners. So this is the aha moment. This is where it all clicks into place. Remember all those little annoying problems we listed at the very beginning? Well, they are directly caused by these huge invisible forces. The limestone bedrock, that gives you hard water damage. The clay-rich soil, that shifts and cracks your pipes. The age of the houses, that leads to inevitable pipe failure from corrosion. And get this, even the beautiful oak and maple trees can cause trouble, sending their roots searching for water and straight into your sewer lines, causing major blockages. Okay, so if these are the real root causes, what's the solution? Well, one thing's for sure. Just putting a Band-Aid on the symptom is not going to cut it. You have to diagnose the deeper, underlying problem. And that, right there, is where a professional approach makes all the difference. Look, we've all been there. Your sink is draining slow, so you reach for that bottle of chemical drain cleaner. It's tempting, I get it, but it's really just a temporary patch. Those harsh chemicals can actually eat away at older pipes, making the problem worse. And they do absolutely nothing to fix the real issue, whether it's invasive tree roots or a belly in the pipe from that shifting clay soil, or just years of that hard water buildup. A professional, on the other hand, is going to start by sending a camera down there to see exactly what they're dealing with.
And that's what a true professional process looks like. Step 1 is always about diagnosis, figuring out the why behind the problem. Then you should get crystal clear options at an upfront price. No guesswork, no surprises. And finally, the job gets done right, it gets tested to make sure it works, and it's backed by a warranty. It's all about finding a permanent solution, not just a Band-Aid. Okay, so we've spent some time in Dickson, and we've seen how its geography, its geology, and its history all come together to tell a very specific plumbing story. But what about your house? What's its story? Because these same principles apply everywhere, no matter where you live. The cool thing is, you can actually become a kind of detective in your own home. It's really all about learning how to spot the clues, how to read the signs that point to that deeper story that your plumbing is trying to tell you. So, what are these clues you should be looking for? Well, things like mysterious wet spots in the yard, a water bill that suddenly goes crazy, or any sign of mold under your sinks, those are all major red flags. And hey, let's circle back to that running toilet from the very beginning, remember? Well, in a place with clay soil, that constant shifting can actually damage your main water line coming into the house. That can cause your water pressure to spike, and the little parts inside your toilet just can't handle it. See, the running toilet isn't just a simple problem to fix. It's a signal. It's a clue telling you to investigate something much bigger. So when it all comes down to it, here's the thing to remember. Every gurgle, every drip, every slow drain. It's like a word in a sentence. It's part of the story your home is trying to tell you, a story about its past, its environment, and its overall health. The only question is, are you listening?